My dad, most of all, has done a great job in contributing to that, what a man is. He comes home at night, still loves my mom, still with my mom, does an exceptional job at showing me and my younger brother, Devin, that he still loves us and that he wants us to be successful. And, when I was younger, he would wake up in the morning some days and go downstairs and work out, shower, change, go to work, come back home, throw a baseball to us, and then be home in time for dinner, and we sit down, watch Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune because my mom loves those shows. But his hard work and his determination, and he never complained. And I think that was probably the biggest thing that contributed to what I think a man is, because never once, because I know he was tired, he had to be, there's no way in the world he wasn't. But he never once said, I'm tired of this. No, we can't go throw. I'm too tired. It was always, all right, well, if y'all want to go hit, I'll go grab a bucket and we'll go up there. And I think his dedication to making sure that I was still able to practice after he finished work was what kind of taught me that no matter what you're doing, as long as you finish it, then you're going to be successful. So I knew that I was good at writing, and I knew that I was good at baseball, and books always seemed easy to me. So I just made sure that no matter what I did, I finished it, and then the success followed. I didn't plan on being a writer. It was kind of an accident how I ended up becoming a writer. And that just seems so natural. I don't really have to begin it, it just happens. There's no start or finish to it. It's just always continuous. I was sitting in bed Christmas Eve, and for some reason I just turned off the TV, still don't understand why, and started writing poetry on a clipboard and a notebook piece of paper and a pen that was almost out of ink. And it just felt like, sometimes people say whenever you are meant to do something, it just happens. And I can't really explain how. I wasn't thinking when I was writing, it just happened. Went to bed, woke up the next morning, and I read it, and I was like, this is actually pretty good. Showed my parents, and my mom actually started crying. And she'll tell you now that she always knew I was a writer, and it was just a matter of me figuring it out. But I struggled a little bit because it was poetry and it wasn't novels or anything like that. And being an athlete, the majority of my teammates thought that poetry was for girls, and it wasn't really accepted socially amongst my group of friends. And as I got older, my dad and teachers in my life, and especially my mom, played a big role in this, and making sure that I understood you are who you are. And once I understood that, I was more comfortable with my poetry, and it got better because of that. And I let my teammates hear it. And after that, I became known as the poet that played baseball, not the baseball player who writes poetry. And to me, that meant a lot because I was still accepted, I still had friends, and they noticed me for something that I feel more proud of than baseball, and that is my writing. And once they noticed that, I felt comfortable and I knew who I was. And not many people know who they are when they're in high school. And I think that that is amazing. And especially I thank my parents most of all for that, because they have showed me that, I need to be myself, and if I'm myself, then people will still like me. My younger brother, with him being younger than me, I always want him to be, I don't show it, but I want him to be more successful than I am. And whatever it is that he does, whether it's school or whether it's baseball. So I try to set the bar high so that he then at the very least tries to match it. And with the talent that he's been blessed with, if he tries to match my talent, he'll go above and beyond what he even thinks that he can do. So he kind of pushes me, and then in turn I end up pushing him. With all the things I do with baseball and school and poetry, sometimes, you don't have time to sleep. And 50 Cent, when he was working on an album and doing a movie, somebody asked me, 50, when do you sleep? He was like, sleep is for those who are broke. Like, I've got a chance to make a dream a reality. And sometimes that's what I have to do. Sometimes I don't get enough sleep because I'm trying to be successful. And I hope that he sees that type of determination in me because he can be just as successful and hopefully even more successful than I am. The world is brighter when viewed from behind a smile. And my mom bought me a book of quotes, and that quote always sticks with me because a lot of people joke about, I have a rolly backpack that I carry around school, and that's not very popular in high school. But for me, I always liked it because it made me smile. It made me happy. People laughed at it, and I thought that if you make other people laugh and other people enjoy life, then their life automatically becomes better. And that's one thing that you can always control in your life is laughter and smile. And in turn, your quality of life becomes better just from smiling. And that's one thing that I would like to, if I'm blessed enough to have kids and I got to teach them one thing in life, it would be that, to make sure that you always smile.